everybody, and welcome to the Rocky and Derrick Show. If you like our interviews, please visit our website, rockyandderrickshow.com, and visit our photo and video galleries. Today, we're at the Cultural Center with
Sunny Gravely.
Who does?
I'm a visual artist.
How long have you been doing it?
I guess I've been doing it for about 12 years now.
What does a visual artist do?
Well, I'm a professional artist, but I work with visual materials. So I do a lot of things two-dimensionally. I do watercolor paintings, but I'm starting to get into 3D. So it's a little bit of both.
Do you have a project that you're working on right now?
Right now, I do have a couple of projects. I received a grant from the North Carolina Council of Arts to do a very large mural, and that's due at the end of the year. And then I have some shows coming up. I have some work at Hemp Hill. I have some work at Hemp Hill Library. I have some work at Green Hill, and I also have a festival, a pop-up show going on in August in Martha's Vineyard. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to do art?
When I was in high school, I was more of a theater major, and I wasn't really a visual artist, but there was a show that used to be out when I was in high school called A Different World, and one of the characters was this woman named Whitley that was from the South, and she was an art buyer, and I thought that was so cool because I loved art, but I didn't know how to make it, but I felt like I can sell it. And so I went to Howard University for undergrad, and when I went there, they had a major called art management, and in order for me to take that, or to basically major in that, I had to take art classes. And so essentially that's kind of like how I learned that I had some art skills, and that I liked it.
Do you have a favorite project?
A favorite project? Not necessarily. A lot of my work is about like social issues and things that I feel like are important to my community. And I also do a lot of things that kind of just express how I feel as a woman and how I move through the world. So for me, it's not really about favorite projects. I guess maybe if I'm focusing on a specific issue that's really, really important to me, that's usually what I love at that time. But it changes, so.
Who is your favorite artist?
I have so many favorite artists. A few of my favorite female artists would be like Selma Burke, Augusta Savage, Elizabeth Catlett, and Faith Ringgold.
Would you like to have a business?
That's so interesting that you asked me that. I actually do have a business. I have two other partners. We have a for-profit business called The Artist Block. It's located at 1020 Westgate City Boulevard by UNCG. We do a lot of art events there. My partners are very active there, but we also have a nonprofit called Tab Art Center Nonprofit, and we basically do different art education things in the community. So starting on Monday, this Monday, we have a summer camp that is a performing arts summer camp for younger children, but for teenagers, it's a film camp. And they're gonna make a short movie, and it's only $30 a week. It's gonna be at Shiloh Baptist Church. It starts Monday, it's from 8:30 to 3:30, and that's gonna be for 5 weeks. And at the end of the camp, they do a big performance, and this is our second year doing it, and I'm very, very excited because I'm the executive director and over everything, so I'm nervous, but I'm excited. That was a good question.
What made you want to start a business?
Well, I have had different businesses myself just because I like to be in control of how much I feel like my time is worth. And so I also enjoy being in control of my time, period. But it's very difficult to be an entrepreneur, and it takes a lot of time. And so sometimes I've been successful, and then sometimes I haven't been. And with this particular business that I have now, I have partners. And so the partners having it be 3 of us as opposed to 1 person really makes a difference. But that's the biggest part, is just like me being in control of my life, my time, not having other people somewhat control whether or not I'm able to make money and survive. Even though being an entrepreneur, you do still have to depend on other people, but it's different.
Would you like to go global?
You know, I would like to go global. I travel a lot around the world, and I'm focusing right now on trying to kind of do artist in residence in different places. So that is a long-term goal for me. Not even that long-term, like maybe 5 years. That's how I see it. I envision 5 years.
What do you think is the hardest part about owning the business?
The hardest part? I think the hardest part, which one of my partners is over this and she does a great job, her name is Darlene McClinton, is the marketing and getting people to come out and to be supportive on a consistent basis. So sometimes people come out for certain events or for certain things, but in the in-between time, sometimes it's difficult to make sure you're making enough money to keep the lights on and to make sure everybody gets paid and all of those things. So just kind of continuously having support and having people come out. I think that's the most challenging thing about being in business for yourself.
Would you let people, like, if they really liked art like you do, would you let people, like, work there with you?
Well, you have to be an artist in order to work at the Artist Block, because we also sell art supplies, and so you need to be knowledgeable about the supplies that we have, the materials, and also the events and the different people who come. So you have to be interested in it. If you want to volunteer, people can always come and volunteer and help out with different events, you know, depending on your age and what exactly you're trying to come and help for. But we're always open to that.
How long does it usually take to complete a visual art project?
It really just depends on the size. Like, I can do a really small piece in a day, not a problem. But like a really, really large piece, or say for instance a mural. We've done murals in the city. We're working on a few now. Those take much longer. So those can take several weeks depending on how large the piece is. But the average time usually that I work on a piece might be for like 3 months, but I generally I paint large pieces when I'm just painting for me because I feel like it. So,
do you have names for your projects?
I do name each of my pieces. Right now we're doing a mural in Green Level, North Carolina. That's going to be on July 28th. From 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and it's Community Day, so we are encouraging senior citizens and younger people to come out and help us paint a mural. And that project, we call it Community Day, but it's really in an effort to kind of bridge the gap between senior citizens and younger people, so we start to kind of see the value in each other. But yeah, it just kind of depends on what it is. But for my personal work, I just usually title it. But if it's a project for someone in particular or for an organization or something like that, we'll name it something according to what that project is about.
What is the most expensive art project that you've sold?
The most expensive, the most I've gotten paid for, I'll say a mural, would be $10,000. So that's the most I've gotten paid so far. It's growing now. It's growing.
What was the project called that you got the most paid for?
Well, it was a mural project here in Greensboro. So yes, it's at a community center, and yes, it's like a swimming pool area and some other things. So.
Okay. How can people get in contact with you?
You can reach me several different ways. I have a website. This www.sgravely, originals.com. You can see all of my images on my website. You can also purchase pieces there, or people can follow me on my social media pages, which I have an S Gravely OG artist page on Instagram, and for Facebook, I also have a page that's S Gravely Originals.
In own words, what advice would you give to kids?
The advice that I would give to kids would be to find the things that you really, really love and that you're passionate about, like even if it's something that seems like a hobby to you, and learn everything you can about it. Learn everything to the extent that you become an expert in that one thing that you love so much. And whenever you get older, if you put all of your energy into becoming that, you will be the best in whatever field you decide to go into.
Well, that's it for today, guys. Be sure to subscribe, comment, and like. And if you want to become a sponsor, go to our website, rockyandderrickshow.com. Goodbye.
Me twice.